welcome to Grace for Today. It's great that you can join us again. If you are enjoying these episodes, then please like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you'll get notifications of when we upload new content. Today we're going to talk about how he gives his angels charge over you. I'm going to look at these verses from Psalm 91, verses 11 to 12. It says, "For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Now, yesterday we heard from Phil, and he told us about the story with Elisha and the servant and how they were protected by the Lord. Remember, when the servant looked up, he saw that he was surrounded by his enemies, and obviously he was completely afraid, just like any of us would be. And yet Elisha had a confidence that he was not just living in what he saw, but he was living in a different reality, because like Phil was talking about yesterday, we live in two realities. There's the spiritual and there's the physical. And I know for myself, there's so many times that I'm completely bombarded by my senses, by what I see, by what I hear, by what what's all around me, and it becomes overwhelming. But actually, when I take a step back, I realize that's not the final word on my situation, because Jesus is there with us in everything. And actually, when Elisha told the servant, when he prayed and said for the servant's eyes to be opened, suddenly what he saw was the true reality of what was going on, because they were surrounded by angels. The host of angels was far more than exceeded the amount of soldiers surrounding them. And suddenly they realized that they had no reason to be afraid, because the Lord was taking care of them. And I just love the song that was released a year or so ago that said, "It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you." And that's how we fight our battles today, just knowing who surrounds us, who protects us, who takes care of us. It's just incredible when we take a step back and we recognize the battle that we're in, that it's not ours to fight, but actually the Lord's there fighting on our behalf, and he's protecting us, he's surrounding us. But it's interesting even that Jesus himself was tempted in the wilderness with one of these verses, because when the enemy came to him, he said, "If you are the Son of God, then throw yourself down from the temple, because it says in the word that he shall give his angels charge over you. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." So there the enemy was trying to come against Jesus, actually using the word against him, and but remember, when the enemy comes, he always twists, he always deceives, because actually he's the father of lies. And you know what? It's interesting, because the enemy actually misses part of this verse out. And we know that the enemy, that's not really like an accident that he did that. He does everything for a reason. And the part that he misses up is that to keep you in all your ways. Have you heard that phrase before? In all of your ways? I know instantly it reminds me of Proverbs 3, verses 6 to 7, when it says, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths." See, the enemy doesn't want you to be reminded of that. He doesn't want you to be reminded of the Lord's goodness, of the Lord's love, of the Lord's care towards you. He's always going to come in and try and plant in seeds of doubt. And that's why it's really important that we have the word in our heart, that we know it, that we hide it in our hearts. Because what he actually missed out was that part, to keep you in all your ways. And when I was meditating on this just earlier today, I was thinking, why is that so important, to keep us in all our ways? But you know what I realised? Sometimes some of the things that we do, we might consider are not pleasing to the Lord. There's things that we do that we're not proud of. We don't always want all of our ways to be known to the Lord. And yet he does know them all. He knows every single thing about our lives. But you know what? He loves us despite that. He doesn't love us, or he doesn't protect us because we're good and because we're worthy of it. He loves us and he protects us because he is good, because he is worthy. And when he looks at us, he doesn't see us in all our imperfections and all our mess and all our mistakes and our failures. He sees us through the lens of Jesus. And that's when we are righteous and we're perfect and we're whole and we're complete. And we can receive all of his goodness because of who Jesus is. So when we're thinking about protection, sometimes we might think, well, I made this bad financial decision. Am I going to be protected? Or that was an angry outburst on my behalf. Will God really still come through for me? It's in all your ways that he keeps you, in all your ways that he protects you, in all your ways that angels are watching over you and surrounding you and loving you. So this morning I just want you to be confident of that, confident of the Lord's love for you, confident of just his heart towards you to protect you. So I'm going to pray this morning. Father, I just thank you that for everyone that's watching this morning, they can just have a confidence of your love towards them, of your goodness over them, of you just surrounding them and protecting them because of who you are, Jesus. And as you know, every morning we take communion just to celebrate what Jesus has done for us. So let's take the bread this morning. And Jesus, we just say thank you that your body was broken today, that we could be whole, that we can receive all of your goodness because of who you are and what you've done. Thank you, Lord. And we take the cup that signifies your blood that was shed for us, so that today we can live, not conscious of our sins, but conscious of our righteousness because of you. So whatever you're doing today, just remember that he gives his angels charge over you, that you're protected, that you're loved, that your loved ones are loved, and you can know that you're safe today in Jesus. So have a great day.